Since the first generation of Taobao villages emerged in 2008, e-business clusters have sprung up across eastern and southern China. They have increased rural employment and they have been driving up earnings. Yanxia village in Zhejiang, for example, has become wealthy by selling landscaping shrubs and flowers on Taobao. Wantou village in Shandong has experienced similar success by specializing in traditional wickerwork items. Taobao villages in Hebei now trade the bulk of China's cashmere products. Between 2013 and 2014, the total number of Taobao villages rose from just 20 to about 200. In 2015, the number more than tripled again to 780. Over the same period, the total number of online shops operating across rural China rose from 500,000 to over 1 million. However, there is still plenty of room to grow. E-commerce in rural China continues to lag far behind that of wealthier coastal cities. Of the 600 million rural Chinese, only 77 million shopped online in 2014. To target this vast untapped market, in late 2014, Alibaba launched Rural Taobao, a 10 billion renminbi initiative which aimed to establish 100,000 village-level Taobao rural service centers across China within 3 to 5 years. According to Taobao, the service centers will promote two-way trade between China's rural and urban regions by providing villagers with access to goods from all of Alibaba Group's online marketplaces. At the service centers, residents will also be able to conduct other activities such as pay utility bills, refill their mobile phones, make travel bookings, and even take out microloans. However, although Taobao has done much to help link rural areas with China's modern network economy, rural e-commerce continues to face a number of significant challenges. First is the problem of China's rural internet infrastructure. Although mobile cell phone usage among rural citizens has risen sharply in recent years, relatively few rural households currently have broadband access needed for running online businesses. As of 2016, internet penetration in rural China hovered around 30%. That's less than half that of China's urban areas. In historically impoverished parts of northwest China, the percentage of people with reliable internet access is much lower still. Second, rural e-businesses face fierce price competition. On Taobao's online marketplace, thousands of digital storefronts deal in virtually identical products. The general lack of product differentiation and branding has forced merchants to compete solely on the basis of price. That means Taobao merchants, particularly those who deal in things like apparel and electronics, earn razor-thin margins. Even small shocks to consumer demand can push these merchants into debt or even force them out of business. Third, intellectual property theft in e-commerce remains widespread. Everyone has read news stories about how some merchants on Taobao sell fake Louis Vuitton bags and Prada belts. Fashion designing firms have sued Taobao to exercise greater oversight over the products being sold on its platform. Yet there also exists another problem of merchants stealing from one another. It is not uncommon for one Taobao vendor to steal and reuse photographs of products. In some instances, merchants have even copied the entire digital storefront design of other popular vendors. This lack of intellectual property enforcement deters investment from small businesses and it reduces innovation in the internet economy. Fourth, it is likely that rural e-commerce will have a difficult time keeping up with China's rapidly evolving economy. On Taobao, clothing, furniture, and shoes remain the top-selling product categories for rural sellers. As China's consumer demand shifts away from these products and towards higher quality and more technologically sophisticated goods, it is unclear how many rural entrepreneurs will be able to make the transition. As one recent survey study showed, on average, Taobao village businessmen possess only junior high-level education. Therefore, it may be difficult for many of them to acquire the skills necessary to move their production upscale. In conclusion, Taobao is transforming rural China. Through its rural expansion strategy, Taobao has helped raise the quality of life and convenience for millions of rural Chinese. The advent of digital platforms has stimulated the growth of rural businesses and altered the way that rural Chinese citizens consume and produce. In the Chinese countryside, more and more people now find information online, they order goods on digital marketplaces, and they even sell their own products on e-commerce platforms like Taobao. Farmers across China are putting down their plowshares and picking up computers to become participants in a modern network economy.